Please be working. Please be working. Yes! Hello and welcome, everyone, to Let's Play .hack GU Last Recode. Today we begin Volume 2, Reminisce. I am super excited. This is my favorite of the trilogy. Of the original GU trilogy, I guess, is what I'd call it now. I don't know. By the way, I'm probably gonna play this for like 2.5 hours at least, so in fact I might just lose track of time and play this all the way to 11, which is when I need to go to sleep. It's possible. So yeah. It's but which one is it? You may ask. To which I reply, oh. One of them's playing the account. It doesn't really matter. It's Sakubo either way. I feel like it's Saku.
After all that's happened, you really want to stay in the world. Yeah. All that we have is here. You and I. Yes, this place is all we have.
Does anyone notice they're in a lost zone, actually? Volume 2, Reminisce. Oh, it's so good. I love this part. There's some really cool systems and stuff that are introduced in this, as well as just some of the best characters.
Game. The world. Revision 2.
But first, a recap of Volume 1.
It has now become a place where players prey on other players.
I'll turn her up, actually.
A lawless land, filled with an overabundance of PKers.
A little further.
And the PKKer, feared by all PKers, was Haseo, the terror of death. Haseo searched, and at long last found his hated enemy, Tri-Edge, but discovered he was no match for him. He was then reduced to level 1 by Tri-Edge's data drain. In his search for a power that could defeat Tri-Edge, Haseo learned of the anomaly known as Ida, and the epitaph users that could resist them. And that lured him towards their power, the Avatars. Bordeaux, a PKer with a grudge against Haseo. Matsu, the 7th unit leader of the Moon Tree Guild.
That was his name.
Alkaid, the former emperor who fights to regain her throne.
What? I don't need a recap. I was
Through
there.
battling these three, Haseo grew both as an epitaph user and as a person.
It's true enough.
Upon defeating Endrance, the beautiful emperor of the Demon Palace,
The beautiful emperor of the Demon Palace.
Haseo learned that he had been using Ida to fill a hole in his heart from something lost in his past. On the day Haseo was crowned the new emperor, the young girl of Moontree, Adelie, disappeared. In his search for her, Haseo came upon outer space, and at last encountered Tri-Edge.
That's a strange way to phrase that, isn't it?
In his second battle with Tri-Edge, Haseo came out victorious. Tri-Edge was broken up into data fragments and was lost. But just when everyone had let down their guards, a vast number of Ida tentacles suddenly appeared. And pierced Adelie's body.
And that's where we begin. Okay. Though there are still some more cutscenes and stuff, so I will keep the volume up.
Adelie! Haseo?
By the way, that post-game stuff that we did, pretend it didn't happen. That was in a vacuum of space and time.
I have to get up. I'll get yelled at again if I don't.
Adelie!
Also,
Adelie!
the fact that she doesn't blink here is super freaking creepy.
If I could only be more like Haseo.
Hey, Adelie! Adelie!
Huh? Where am I?
In an at-home. Ours.
And at home.
I mean, I know Moontree hasn't used them in a while, but...
Oban told me. And then I started to hear.
You know, you sound kind of weird, Adelie.
Adelie, calm down.
And then.
Adelie! Get away from there!
We literally just saw this, though. Also, this looks kinda lewd. Don't look at me that way. It's true. Looks really weird and lewd. Am I supposed to lie to you? And the lockers have locked up. Thump. And then she falls like a sack of bricks.
Adelie! Hey, Adelie! Adelie, are you okay? Come on, speak to me! Damn it! Not this again! This isn't happening! Oh, Haseo. Just leave everything to me. Come on! I... Vegas!
Propagation. Or he just flies her into the void. One of the two, I guess.
Don't worry, you'll be safe now. So how do you feel, Adelie? Are you hurt anywhere?
His
I'm okay.
pronunciation on these things is weird.
What? My voice.
You know, we haven't heard Adelie say anything for a while now.
Maybe her mic is broken.
At times like these, it's best to just log out and reboot.
Okay, I'll just log out now.
Can you nod to us first? Okay. Hmm.
I can't log out. Wait a minute. Where am I? Where is this place? I don't know where I am.
This is Raven's.
No, that's not what I mean. This is an online game, right?
Well, yeah.
I'm assuming everything she's saying is displayed in text.
My controller. My desk. My M2D. Where am I?
Aren't you rich?
What's happening? What's going on? What's going on?
Don't worry about your character. Just remove your M2D and... Wait. Wait a second. I don't understand. Where are we right now?
Not you too, Pi.
We're right. Haseo, what about you? Where are you right now?
What? Can't you see me?
Wait, am I seeing the world directly?
Oops.
But where did my real self go?
He's
Wait,
passed out in
we've
front
got
of
to
the
log
computer.
out. Everyone log out.
Well, that worked. Just about as well as it did for
I
Adelie.
can't. What the hell is going on here? Is this a really bad dream or something?
Calm down.
Oh, hey, Ata. How's it going?
Currently, it appears that all the players in the world cannot log out from the game's master server.
Wait a minute, all the players?
Yes. Under the circumstances, it is most likely that the Ida phenomenon is to blame for this.
Most likely.
Wait a sec. Never mind logging out. What I want to know is, are we all really inside the game? But that's impossible. Even for Ida.
Your senses should be informing you that you have now ventured into the game's wondrous world. If you say that this truth is only an imaginary one, then I ask you, where is the real world?
Let's not get so philosophical on us.
There is no end to the
Never
possibilities
mind.
in this
That
world.
was a waste of thing to say, considering this is Yatta we're talking
Ida's
about.
influence that's keeping us from hearing Adelie's voice.
Well, at least we can still communicate with her somehow.
What is this Ida anyway? Some kind of bug?
Feed me.
Anyway,
That's a
we've
weird
gotta
thing to
figure
say,
out the
Fitbit.
situation.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the volume then. Here? Yeah, that should work. Okay.
Putting aside our inability to log out, it looks as though the game itself is functioning normally. We can use chaos gates, platforms, and save shops as we did before this began. We can preserve our data at save shops as usual, but we cannot check email or forums from outside of the game. We still lack information. I'd like all of you to help investigate the situation. Pi, search the areas. Kun, go and search Lumina Cloth.
Understood.
Got it.
Haseo, search Makanu.
Fine with me.
You're tired. You should rest here for a little while.
Okay.
Break! Okay, so that's our mission. We need to... Oh, cutscene.
What's happening to me?
Your hand appears to be breaking.
That's right. Sakaki. I have to contact him. I have to find him first.
Sakaki.
I need to ask around Makanu. I should start by asking as many players as possible.
So, as we've learned, we can't log out right now. So, welcome back everyone to Let's Play .hack GU Volume 2 Reminisce on the last Recode collection. It starts out as quite a little bit of a roller coaster, doesn't it? But we can check the equipment shop, which honestly won't do much right now. And all the quests and stuff are actually broken right now. Oh, wait, no, I know what I need to do. That blue swirling thing around the at-home guild marker thing is because we need to go to... Why am I talking to you? We need to go to Canard and check on Cilibro and Gaspard or something. Something's gone wrong with the world. Oh man, 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 oh man. Oh, it's Sayo. I'm just an NPC. Silver? Hello? You know, I keep forgetting alchemy is even a thing, and I keep selling all the extra wings we keep finding instead of alchemizing them. I probably wouldn't bother with it until endgame weapons though, honestly, because it just uses up a lot of money. At least I think that's how it works. Oh, there's some peeps at the harbor. Let's go check it out. Hello, peoples. What's going on? Am I really inside the world? That's it. I'm dreaming. This has got to be a dream. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way something like this could happen for real. Let me out of here. Help me. I can't seem to log out for some reason, and I seem to be inside the world, and... Where am I? Is this really the world? Where's the development room? The debug machine? No way. This bug is report... Hello there, young man. What a coincidence seeing you here. Yeah. Doing his best to stay in character. I can respect that. Considering that's basically all my D&D character ever does. Hey, Medic Union people. What's up? Why can't I log out? What am I gonna do when I have to go to the bathroom? I can't even log out with the logout command. This has never happened before. What should I do? Whoa. There's no response on the healing receiver either. And I can't use my transformation cancel command either. I can't contact my squad leader or the other members at all. What's going on? Why can't I log out? If I'm not mistaken, we're inside the game, aren't we? This is a much bigger problem than not being able to log out. What could be happening? I simply don't understand it. Well, he seems pretty level-headed. Or she. I'm not sexist. Could be either. Alright, let's see. If I'm not mistaken, the material shop will have nothing new in it. But we'll check anyway. I am correct. Which means the item shop won't either. Not until we get the new server. Spoilers, there will be a new server in this game. Okay. One of my favorites, too. Excuse me, I have something I'd like to ask you. We're inside the world right now. I don't mean that we're playing the world. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Not particularly, no. Hey, what do you have to trade? Absolutely jack all. Cool. Eh, you scared me. Don't sneak up on me like that. I just got a message from Sakaki telling us, all of us, to meet at Moontree. I presume we'll be going off to stop Kestrel from taking advantage of this situation causing disturbances. Hey, you there, what's going on? What on earth is happening? Why am I unable to log out? Is this some new type of bug? What are the debuggers doing? Why hasn't this been reported? I'm no less than 3 seconds from going off the deep end. Yee! Okay then. Oh, okay, the Chaos Gate. That makes sense. I'm struggling to breathe normally. Help. Okay. Oh, that's why Silver wasn't there. Because he logged out before this happened. And Puros. The only ones on are the 2GU members, Adelie, and poor Caspard. My friend was PK'd and won't come back. That should be enough Inquisition for now. Seems that a disturbance is taking place in central Makanu. Please hurry and check it. Man, Yada sure loves giving orders. Okay, there's a disturbance in the central district. I'd better hurry and check it out.
Hey, what's going on here? Why can't I log out?
The voice is familiar and it's gonna nag me, but right now I can't think of it.
Is this some kind of event or someone's bad joke?
Can you tell me what's happening? You're some kind of admin guy, right?
Please, calm down. We are working hard to...
How do you expect us to calm down?
What are you gonna do about this?
I'm terribly sorry. Please, just try to be patient for a while.
So, that guy in the blue suit is an admin. It looks like even CC Corp doesn't have a very good handle on the situation.
We now have information on the situation. Please come to the Serpent of Lore immediately.
Yada's calling me. Let's head back to Raven's Serpent of Lore.
Sounds good. We're not gonna bike there. I'll save you all the trouble, and myself as well. Oh, hey, Adelie.
Hey, you! Why can't I log out of here? Come on, speak up, will ya? Damn it! Damn it! Where am I? What is this place? Why am I actually inside the game?
So it seems that humans who lack morals both online and offline say the very same things after all.
And some enforcers.
Well, it seems that you only act strong when facing those weaker than you. Pitiful. If you're that scared, run back to Kestrel with your tail between your legs.
Why is
As
my phone
reported,
vibrating like,
it looks like those
just
from Kestrel are
completely
stirring more
nuts
panic
right
in the
now?
people. Everyone, go support the town's order. We must not let them panic.
The hell are you talking about? I apologize for this. Important text from the fiance. Randomly. Don't ask. Alright.
Understood.
Adelie. I was so worried about you. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, Sakaki.
What's wrong? I can't seem to hear you.
You see,
Ever since you were killed by a bugged monster, you've been unable to speak.
Oh, goody. Sakaki learned about Ida.
yeah,
This can only end well.
I know it's kind of hard to believe.
Oh no, I believe it. You're not one to tell a lie.
Sakaki.
I'm sure you know this, but all players are currently unable to log out from the game. In fact, they have lost sight of their very selves. It's almost as if their minds have been absorbed into the heart of the world itself.
But it's just an online game.
That's right, a game. But at the same time, it's also a reality all its own, Adelie. At any rate, we must stop the players from panicking. You will help us, won't you?
Yes.
Good girl. Well then.
So Mr. Sakaki's the only one you can rely on after all, huh?
LOL.
Haseo.
So it's you, Terror of Death. It appears there are only enemies to be found in your world.
Adelie, why are you here? I thought I told you to stay at the at-home.
I'm sorry. I thought I should contact Sakaki and...
Listen to me. This isn't something Moontree can do anything about.
I see. Are you saying that you can solve this situation?
With a lot more certainty than you can. What's so funny?
Conceit. Don't you agree that it is the lust for power that is most certain to make fools out of people? Terror of Death.
What do you mean by that?
He means that he's
I mean
conceited and he
exactly
lusts
what
for
I said.
power. Duh.
Adelie.
Yes!
I will see you later.
Why did you say that?
Huh?
Nah.
Why did you have to say things like that? Sakaki, Moontree, just wants to try and solve the situation. They only want to help everyone.
Ida isn't a problem that Moontree can solve.
But even so... I don't understand. I just don't understand you, Haseo.
What was that weird snow coming out of her? Weird. Alright. Well, that was certainly an interesting meeting and confrontation with Sakaki.
I see.
The situation is much more serious than we thought.
Let us summarize for a moment.
Okay.
Ever since the Ida phenomenon occurred while searching for Adelie, no one has been able to log out of the game. Furthermore, none of the players have been able to return to their real-world selves and their real lives. And no new players have been able to log into the game. Communications with the outside receive no reply.
Some of the players have panicked to the point where they're starting to get violent. It seems that the system admins can't contain these players any longer.
Yes, the system admins themselves are just as confused. Right now, their real selves are... At this point, we're no different than the Lost Ones.
It is quite obvious that the reason for this abnormality is Ida.
Yeah.
If we ever want to return to the real world again, it is imperative that we investigate Ida as quickly as possible. And one more thing.
One
Let me
more
tell you
thing.
something important.
Something important?
Now that her epitaph has been stolen, Adelie's PC data is starting to degenerate.
Degenerate? What is he talking about?
I'm sorry.
But why didn't you tell us?
Because you're a dick.
That's enough. Isn't it obvious? She didn't want us to worry about her.
That too.
Yada, in this world our minds aren't residing in our bodies, but in our player characters, right?
That is merely speculation. But in this case, it would seem to be the most likely explanation for what we are experiencing.
So this is a world where our minds and characters are linked together.
So, what will happen if Adelie's character data is lost while she's in this world?
There is a distinct possibility that her own consciousness will be lost as well.
What? You've got to be kidding me.
What should we do? How can we cure her of this?
Is your head just for decoration? You should try thinking before you make a big fuss.
We should probably get her epitaph back.
Master Yada, do we know anything else?
This too is only a guess. But it seems that this place is not really the world as we thought. It is a false world that Ida has created by copying the data off of CC Corp's servers. I believe that the world we are currently inside of is such a place.
So then, this is some kind of a mirror server.
That's one way to put it. Adelie, at one time you had the power to distinguish Ida's sound from all others.
Ida's sound?
Come to think of it, didn't you say something like that when we found Indiglut Lu?
Indiglut Lu?
Well, if you mean hearing strange sounds and seeing bug-like things, I've had that happen a number of times.
Have you heard that sound after being placed in your present condition?
No, I haven't.
I thought so. It all makes sense. It would seem that the data Ida stole from her is...
You don't mean the young girl's Morgana factor?
Morgana factor? What's that?
Master Yada.
It's all right to tell him all about it now. The Morgana factor is the specialized data that makes Epitaph users unique.
Epitaph users are special characters created by CC Corp for use during certain projects. Thus, Epitaph user PCs have data inside them that is not found inside regular PCs.
That's the Morgana factor, usually called epitaphs.
So the reason that we can use avatars is because we have that Morgana factor? I mean epitaphs?
That's right.
Hence, epitaph users.
CC Corp
Derp.
wants to mass-produce Epitaph users.
You mean as a defense against Ida?
Yes, but thanks to strong protection protocols, we've been unable to adequately analyze them. We still don't know exactly what the Morgana factor is.
Thanks to that, not only can't we mass produce, we can't even make a copy of it.
So why not just bring the creator in on it? He should be able to take care of that without a problem.
As far as we know, the Morgana factor was not created by any one person.
It's created by Aura. Actually, I think I might be on the right track.
Well then, how did you get a hold of him in the first place?
We managed to salvage it from the dark abyss of this world.
The abyss of this world?
Each of the Morgana factors has its own name and identity. In my case, the name of my avatar is Tarvos, the epitaph of the Avenger.
My avatar's name is Magus, the epitaph of the propagation.
As for Aseo, his avatar goes by the name of Skaith. He is the epitaph of the terror of death.
The terror of death.
Yo, I'm Skaith.
It's an odd coincidence that it's the same as your PKK nickname. Even with Magus's the propagation, we can't repair the Morgana factor.
Thus, now that she has lost her epitaph user abilities, Adelie can no longer hear Ida's sound.
Maybe that's also part of the reason why Adelie lost her voice.
Yada, what can we do to help her?
There are no alternatives but to try to recover her Morgana factor from Ida. However...
What?
It will be difficult to trace Ida precisely, now that we are no longer on the actual CC Corp server. Fortunately for us, this Ida server is far from being perfect. This world contains seams in the structure. The fact that we can save our data is proof of that.
That means...
Yes. All we have to do is find them. It seems to me that at this point, our only acceptable option is to infiltrate the Ida areas and conduct a thorough search.
Infiltrate? You mean with just us?
There's no way we could possibly cover all the Ida areas between just the few of us.
This is an emergency. We will reach out and ask other players for help.
That's pretty impressive coming from someone as secretive as you.
Haseo, I believe you had a relationship with those at Moontree. You should go and ask them for help.
Moontree? Do you think there's a chance that they would really listen to me?
Moontree would never abandon someone in trouble. That's what Sakaki always said. That Moontree is there to help save people.
No, see, Zelkova's a bro. He'd help us out.
I will go and contact Zelkova myself. Pi, I want you to go with Haseo and help with his negotiations.
Yes, Master Yada.
What about me?
Adelie, you will stay here. If news of that arm were to spread beyond this group, it would only make things worse.
Off to Moontree headquarters. Don't forget, the area words are Delta setting Eternity's night moon.
I'll be back.
Okay, I'll be waiting at the Chaos Gate.
I'll be back. Alright, so we're heading to Delta, setting Eternity's night moon. The area keyword for Moontree. He actually did not get anything new. That's kind of funny and kind of annoying at the same time. Alright. Well, let's head back to the dome. Da dome. Da dome. Da dome. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm getting beyond tired and just into loopy territory. But let's save. Obviously, there's no data now, so we'll go ahead and do that. All right. Situation's getting a bit worse. We should probably fucking fix it. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's go. Delta. Crap. Setting. I wish there was a way to sort this. Eternities. Night moon.
Hey, invite me already.
Okay, fine. We'll just do this. Actually, sort. Guild. Perfect. So there's a way to sort the bookmarks. Interesting.
I'm sure you realize this, but we didn't come here to fight.
Yeah.
I'll handle the negotiations, so just act appropriately and try to get on their good side. Besides, it seems that for whatever reason, Zelkova has taken a liking to you.
That'll make things easier. Alright, well, let's head in. But yeah. Poor Mellow Grunty. Okay. We have all of the pillars here now. Oh, that guy. I forgot about him. I wish I had forgotten about him. And there's Zelkova.
I bid you welcome.
Haseo, welcome! Have you had the chance to read the email from our guildmaster? His name is Master Yada.
What email? We can't access email.
Yep, we sure did, every word. Good. Then I would like to discuss the investigation of this system abnormality.
You're beating around the bush. Why not try telling us directly what it is you want?
I don't know what you mean.
Perhaps this will clarify things. I'm saying that perhaps you should consider bowing down and gracefully begging us to help you with your desire to escape from the Ida server. Members of GU.
How much did you tell him, Adelie?
You Raven, that is GU members, are conducting an investigation of Ida, are you not?
Some secret.
Mr.
LOL.
Sakaki, I'm quite surprised by... I was not aware that anything like that was going on.
I'm sorry. I felt I should keep it to myself until I was able to confirm it, as it was uncertain information. However, it would appear that it was not far off the mark.
Now, this is no time to be fighting each other. Although our positions may be quite different, our intentions are the same. Am I wrong?
There is no falsehood in my devotion to Moontree.
All right, let's cooperate with Haseo and his friends. After all, we do have to escape from here eventually.
Can't stay here forever.
Good. Then we shall follow your directions. Naturally, we have no intention of making GU public. Rest assured.
Thank you. So, what exactly is it that you would like us to do? Currently, the place in which we are all trapped is not within a CC Corp server. You must try to think of it as if someone sent us all to a mirror server and then isolated it.
So then, that would be the Ida server.
Our objective is to find the many seams which exist inside this Ida server.
Seems?
Yes. We would like you to help us find phenomena that would normally be impossible to find in the world. A data irregularity. In other words, you'd like us to find a bug. That's right.
Very well. We'll take our units, split up, and search the different areas.
All right. I've got to do my best for Master Sakaki. Your way just to get Master Sakaki's attention. Do you people get that?
Whoa. He's a unique
Getting
one.
a little scary there, pansies. Well, Sakaki has decided to cooperate with you. No need to worry about a thing. I'll help you out.
Screw you,
I
Matsu.
may as well do some work myself.
Everyone, don't forget to report in regularly, all right? Now, let's
If
be
you
off.
don't, we're going to assume you were eaten by something. Alright.
Very well, if you'll excuse us. All right. See you later, Haseo. Bye!
Bye, Solkova. You're the coolest.
But how does he know about Ida and GU?
Hey, at least we didn't have to spend a lot of time explaining.
Honestly, do you realize the significance of this? Orders from Master Yada. Although it's not certain, an area with faint Ida signals has been found. We'll meet up with Kuhn and conduct a thorough investigation of Delta Galloping Subtle Desert.
Well, that was freaking quick. I guess no reason to beat around the bush, though. So let us head back to town and investigate our first area of Volume 2. Still on Pride. Alright, so Delta Galloping Subtle Desert. It is level 43 because I think this game starts you at 45 if I'm not mistaken. So. And we actually have a new area type.
Who are you?
We're searching for the criminals who have been spreading viruses all over this world.
If we PK everyone, we should be able to find the culprits sooner or later, right?
What kind of logic is that?
And once we do, we can finally return to our own world and be done with this place. Tough break, guys.
Are you serious? So you're PKing because you couldn't handle the anxiety?
What was that? That's it. No mistake here. These guys are definitely the culprits. Get them!
Alright.
Bring it on!
Let's bash some faces.
This is a piece of cake.
that easy level up.
Those guys just now were PKers from Kestrel, right?
Yeah. This is bad. It seems like everyone's starting to go crazy in the different areas.
Then we better hurry and find a solution before things get much worse. Come on, Haseo. Let's go.
So this is a new area type to Volume 2. We have a canyon, basically. It's all rainy and stuff. It's pretty cool, actually. I like these kind of areas. I think there's also a new dungeon type as well. Because I remember there being another one besides the Shrine in the Cave. I just can't think of it because it's been a while. So it's not really something I can visualize. That's a lot of them.
This area is full of PKers.
Perhaps there's a connection between them and the Ida signals. We'd better be careful.
They're literally on every side. So, yeah. They also don't count as enemy encounters, I don't believe, so no reason to really worry about that. And no reason to fight them really either, because they give us like 6 experience apiece. Or a battle, which is even worse. I do want chips though. Chims. Alright. You can actually like sneak through this entire area without getting a single fight, I think. Don't quote me on that. Especially if these guys don't get that crap out of the way. Ugh, screw it. Wow, that was a really painful surprise attack, wasn't it?
I didn't even break a sweat.
I'll crush you.
Oh yeah, there's also the ones with the treasures on it. We obviously can't dodge those. Tiger Blitz, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't get out of it, so. Oh, rough alloy. In case we weren't able to get an alloy from the last game, I guess. Funny thing is, I believe if you start this game from Volume 2, you start with 0 chim spheres, so you'd have to actually take some time to gather those up. Thankfully, we didn't, and we have 500 of them. So this is nice and easy. Kaboom! But yeah, soon we'll be finding new weapons, and there's an Ida thing over there.
Ida!
Haseo, let's take it out!
I got it.
I was hoping to get to the Beast Temple, but okay.
Come on.
Come on. I'm right here. Skye!
Alright, so we should be fighting an Anna if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So the same as always, you sit here and shoot her, and eventually she'll go down because these things are honestly not that strong. Though it would probably help immensely if I stopped getting hit by stupid things. Like Algol Laser. In fact, it's so weak we could actually kill it by shooting it. But that's also a waste of time. So. Okay, well, I did it anyway. And of course, we just have to wait for her to stop moving for a bit. Ow. Up. There we go. And data drain. So, nothing too difficult, you know. It's just in case you started this game from this game. It's so you don't get completely and utterly destroyed in the first opening minutes of the game. But because we didn't, it's actually hilariously easy. Data seed, what's this?
Good. That takes care of the IDA signals in this area.
A short mail. It's Nala from Moontree.
I have heard that you are investigating this area as well. I'm sorry for the trouble, but please come to the Beast Temple. Is that the old guy? Must have discovered something right away. What? Might as well go and see them. I'll need the symbol fragments if I'm going to the Beast Temple. We are indeed. So I guess we will be able to get to the Beast Temple after all. Cool. Let's see. We need to go this way. Don't really need any more chims, so I'm not gonna go out of my way for that tree. That my ray.
You're not getting away.
Also, didn't have to go out of my way for this either, but here we are. Kaboom.
Justice prevails.
Dang right, justice prevails. Justice. Simple fragment. Okay, let's see.
I don't feel like losing today.
Wind moons. Electro bullet.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah, we're just way too powerful for these guys. So.
Don't be careless.
Dang it.
Wind moons.
This is a piece of cake.
Did you see me just hit that guy for 1,000? Ridiculous. Alright, well, we got the judge's temple and stuff. Wait, I didn't need the Beast Temple open for that. He's just standing in front of it. Well, whatever, we opened it. Hopefully I'm allowed to get the treasure before we have to go and do story stuff.
Ah, yes, what perfect timing.
What's this about?
I'm afraid I have no idea. I just arrived here myself, but you can hear voices coming from inside.
I think we should go find out who's inside the temple.
I think I should go heal. Cool. Okay. Ovan and Gabi? What kind of joke is this?
Why would Kestrel's guildmaster be?
Ovan.
Kestrel's guildmaster is Ovan? All along?
Oh, it's you!
No. Still love Gabi. He's still
here?
great.
I wonder.
I didn't ask you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I suppose you could say I was just talking with an old friend.
Ovan and I once pledged eternal brotherhood to each other.
Smiley face.
I care. Answer me, Ovan. What are you doing here?
The same thing you are.
What?
I'm searching for a way to escape from the Ida server. After all, I don't plan on being here forever. Is that not your ultimate objective as well? As members of GU?
This is just going everywhere, isn't it?
I want to know how you know about GU. Who told you? What is it that you want?
Actually, Yada probably told him. Let's be honest.
Please, calm down, Master Haseo. I assure you that our objective, and his, is to investigate the Ida server and to use that information to escape.
I'm sorry, old man. Who are
In other
you?
words, we are all comrades in arms, and there's no reason for us to fight amongst ourselves.
So what do you call Kestrel?
Investigator? Honestly, Yada is just wasting our time.
What do you mean?
He already knows the means by which we could escape.
What are you saying?
Am I wrong, Pi? If this server was based off of an original CC Corp server, there should be an operation folder somewhere.
Operation folder?
What are you, master programmer?
A file that unifies and manages the entire system that makes up the world. If one could control it, one could then make it possible to send character data to a regular server. Yada is the longtime leader of Project GU. Naturally, he would know everything about the world. There is no way that he would not be aware of the operation folder.
Hi! Is that true? Did Yada really know about all this?
Maybe.
Tell us the truth, Pi.
Okay, yes.
Did that ass really know about the existence of the operation folder and not tell us?
Ass.
We didn't have any proof. That's why Master Yada...
Proof? Can we afford to take time to look for something like that?
That treasure box just keeps freaking teasing me. I better get to open it.
This entire world without danger. Now, why would Yada not tell you about the folder? Perhaps it's because he never had any desire at all to escape.
People with glasses in MMOs are evil.
Trapped in this game. Fear, sorrow, anger, confusion. This server is filled with such intense feelings.
Konosaba.
Now, what better place could there be to observe Ida's caustic effects on players and their characters? Yes, that's right. This is his ideal laboratory.
So we're all just his guinea pigs? Neither you nor Yada ever had any intention of saving Adelie, did you?
Haseo, listen.
Shut up! What kind of lie are you gonna tell me now? Using people like they were nothing. Telling them whatever they want to hear. Do you want to know what I think about that?
Haseo!
Don't stop me, Kun!
Stop it. There'll be no hope for Adelie
I'm
if
a
we fight
puncher.
each other here.
I'm a puncher with a sword.
I agree with you, Haseo.
Kun.
We're going back to the Serpent of Lore to confirm this with Yada. We'll talk after that.
Ovan. So, you know Yada too?
Yes, he's an old friend.
Is everybody an old friend to you?
Give him my best regards.
Apparently Gabi knows him too.
We will meet again, Haseo.
This is ridiculous. Everyone's always hiding something from me.
I'll continue with the investigation then.
It's like, alright, well, good luck with that.
Please do.
I'm just an old
right, let's
man.
go.
Okay, bye. Wish I had something to hold this hair back. Yada, what is he up to? I'll go to the Serpent Lord and ask him myself, but first, I need to punch this. Kick this box! Alright. Oh, nice. What'd that say? Eh. Oh. We now see, something new to this game that I honestly forgot about until just now. But, certain customizations will now take more than one slot. Thankfully, nothing from the last game, otherwise that would invalidate some of your armor sets and stuff. But, nevertheless, something to think about. And we got an iron crust. Neat. Meh. And we'll save our level 51 character data now. I highly doubt Gaspard is in the right mood to sell anything, so we're not going to bother heading back to Shop Acorn. Also, I haven't shown it off, but if you go back to like the lab people, they'll just tell you to screw off until their campaigns start back up. So, yeah. Oops. Oops. Come on. Let's get into the right one, please. Thank you. Okay.
Alright, so let's hear it. The truth. Why didn't you tell us about the operation folder?
I was only keeping quiet until I was able to obtain proof. It would not have been right to confuse you all with a mere unsubstantiated theory.
That's a nice way of putting it.
We will now proceed to infiltrate the operation folder and conduct a forced transfer command.
How?
We will use Tri-Edge's signs. These signs possess traits that allow them to be used as transportation devices.
As we proved.
In other words, Chaos Gates that were made by Ida. There are holes in CC Corp's server, and consequently, holes in Ida's server as well.
Master Yada was putting together a transfer program designed to make reverse use of those holes.
No telling how much of that is true.
The only hole we've identified that connects to the operation folder can be found at Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark on the Morrigu Barrow Wall. Haseo, Pai, and Kun, you will infiltrate the operation folder using Tri-Edge's sign to gain access. You will then execute the transfer command from the same folder. I have already given Pai instructions on how to configure and execute the program. Head for Morrigu Barrow Wall and investigate the sign.
Understood.
Fine.
Okay. Hey, Adelaide. It is a little sad. You don't really have anything on you. Okay. Actually, I have a gift for you. About changing equipment. Some weapons deal more or less damage against certain types of enemies. This is called Weapon Affinity. An attack an enemy with a weapon it is weak to against to increase combat efficiency. Additionally, you can now change your ally's equipment. Use LB and RB to switch to your ally's equipment. Oh, neat. I don't know when I'd honestly take advantage of this ability, but it is there, I suppose. Let's see. As long as they still change their equipment when I need them to. So let's see. What we got? Subgarment. Yeah, that's something I think is better for her, even though I can't see what she's wearing. Oh, it's right up there. It says it's better. Oh, thank you. I really wanted this. Okay. I'm still depressed though.
Come on. Let's head out for Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark.
The Morgue Barrel Wall. Also, people are just complaining and stuff about FF14. Don't mind me. Just checking Discord because it won't stop going off. All right. Yeah, we'll go a little longer. I won't go quite as long as I thought I would, but we will go a little bit longer. Actually. Escape. Alright. So, Delta Hidden Forbidden... Lost ground? Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark, the Morgue Barrel Wall. Again.
We're gonna go hack the sign and infiltrate the operation folder. Target Tri-Edge's sign.
Time to revive the dot hackers. A technique used to break the seal on the signs carved into different areas by Tri-Edge and warp to other linked areas. However, each hack requires a set number and type of data seeds for each sign. Data seeds are a unit of data taken from in-game manifestations of Ida. They can be acquired by fighting an Ida with your avatar and using data drain on them.
We don't have enough data seeds.
Jeez, what good is that gonna do for us?
I've just received information from Master Yada about a new Ida corrupted area.
Delta according floating eradication.
Data draining the Ida in this area. We should be able to gather more data seeds. We don't have enough data.
How many do we need? You need to tell me these things, game. Alright, well, I guess we'll just never know. All we did was see that one line of text, so we'll head to Delta according floating eradication. Thankfully, well, other than the Ida, this area will actually just have normal monsters in it again. Is the skill trigger different yet? No. Okay. I didn't think that was until your job advanced, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, these are carry-ins, as usual. We've fought them before. In fact, I should do this.
How should we handle this?
With swords and guns and other assorted nonsense. And also Tiger Blitz because it's faster. Okay. Some more over there. There's a steam door over here, but we're finally back to dungeon crawling, just as this game should be.
You're open.
And that actually goes ahead and breaks the shell immediately because we're so strong. And also makes a weird thing happen when we do that. So that's a funny little glitch, isn't it? Wonder if I'll find any mushrooms in this area. And this just keeps going. It doesn't seem to be the way down, though. And it's not. There are 2 items. A healing serum. And the death. Well, the healing serum's useful. Oh, we might as well look at the things we got. So we got some healing potions, which are 350. Healing storm, which is recover all allies by 350. Sprite rain. That's not what we got. We got fairy drops and fairy rain, which are 100. Strange coffee, which heals all of this stuff. And that's it. Everything else is different stuff that we have. Still haven't used those texts of wisdom because I'm still waiting for a mage character. That's not Gaspard. So yeah. Like I said, we could give it to Adelie, but I'm pretty sure... Well, all the healing commands in this game are actually HP based. Not percentage based, or well, even if they were percentage based, that still wouldn't make them useful. It would be if it was dependent on your magic attack, but it's not. So unless I started giving her a ton of spells, that will never really be pertinent. It's really only good on Shadow Warlocks. Apollo Justice. You know, rumors are that we'll get Apollo Justice on the Switch, which would be pretty cool. I would also LP it if it wasn't for the fact that I already know everything about it, but I will still get it and I will still play it again. I did it on the 3DS for the first game. Sadly, you can switch that one to Japanese, but it changes the entire game to Japanese instead of just like the text or the voices. So hopefully when they port whatever they're going to port to the Switch. Though let's all be honest, I'm really hoping that they'll put either a new one or the game we didn't get in the West, which is Daigyakuten Saibon or Great Turnabout Attorney or some crap like that. I don't know. The morale gauge isn't full, but I can still press X. So apparently they've made it so you can use the morale gauge whenever now. It just won't last as long. Interesting. But we're going to try and fill it up to full because I'm curious to see if something happens. We can't move that way. We need to go this way. This area is freaking huge. I am keeping my guard up. But at the same time, these enemies are all level 43. I don't think we have to try too hard, Pi. Okay, well, there's Sinaida there. Let's back this way then. But yeah, it's kind of like how in the first quadrilogy, when you data drain certain monsters, you'd get data cores from them. Same-ish principle? Except for the fact that we don't sit there and get corrupted more and more and more as time goes on. So that's good. That was honestly like the one true complaint I had about the first quadrilogy of games, is that data drain is an extremely important mechanic, but if you do it too much, you start to get corrupted and then bad things happen when you data drain, and there's a chance of an instant game over because your system crashes or whatever. And I mean, thematically it makes sense. But from a game standpoint, it's really freaking annoying to lock your main mechanic behind a restriction like that. Alright, well now it's full. Oh, did I get a new type of awakening yet? Nope. Okay. We'll stick with Beast because for a hold and release weapon it's still good. If it was a rapid attack weapon, I'll switch it because I just cannot press the button that fast. So. Alright, so the Ida was up and to the east. So, let us head that way. Excuse me? Pi, we have to be paired with you, not the other way around. Okay? Okay. Anyway. Hey, Ida, what's up?
Ida confirmed. Be careful, Haseo.
We got this. It's probably just another Anna. And it is. Honestly, as cool as the boss versions of these battles are, with all the like unique mechanics and stuff that the bosses have, the normal Ida, especially the Annas, are mind-numbingly easy, but it still takes a while to kill. I think I'm about to perfect this thing. Well, so much for that. And boom, data drain, skip. Yeah, you can skip that cutscene, by the way.
Haseo, don't let your guard down. There's still other Ida signals.
Now, I think at the very end of this area, there is a new type. At least I hope so, because this is gonna be really boring if all I'm doing is fighting Anna over and over. You know, for some reason, that's what my memory is telling me we're about to do. And that doesn't excite me. In fact, quite the opposite, really. At least we have a new enemy. What is you? A Goblin Knight. Actually, I don't think that is new. Twin Moons actually has terrible reach. Something to keep in mind, I guess. Alright, I'm sorry, what's my status right now? 93 out of 1,000. We could level up on those, but it would take literally ages. Yeah.
I'll crush you.
Try and get all of them, or at least most of them.
Of course we won.
Oh, gotta come on, health drink. This thing's like quite useful. Healing serum, healing rain.
I'll crush you.
I don't think I'm actually getting that much SP out of these, or skill points out of these guys, but hey. If it's at least 1 point, then it's still worth doing, maybe. Possibly. It's not like it's that much slower, so. Considering how long a normal attack takes. We're gonna leave that alone for now. And instead head up this way. Okay, well that's a white one. I guess we'll take the pink one. I was not expecting a weird kind of puzzly shrine, but there you go. After we escape from the IDA server, however long that takes, I think that'll be a good stopping point though. Made some good progress in the Reminisce though. Great game. I love it quite a lot. I'm gonna guess this is probably the warp back point. Maybe? Yeah. Definitely. Just to test. Yep. Okay, cool. That's where I thought it'd go, but I had to make sure. And now we get to run through this empty dungeon until we get back. Yay. Right, yep. We go down this way because I think the Beast Temple is down here. Or maybe not.
You're open.
The death. Not the best. That makes just such strange things happen to that.
No doubt about it.
Health drinks and healing serums. Our increased drop rate item is probably helping us out as well. So we'll be swimming in health drinks and healing serums, which is good, because we'll probably need them later. Of course, if we stay this over leveled for everything in the game, maybe not. Let's see.
Here's our chance.
Yeah, I give up on using skills, honestly. I've already changed my mind. I'm pretty fickle and wishy-washy, aren't I? Truly the worst. Oh, Jericho's playing Final Fantasy. Okay, I changed my mind. Truly the most fickle. Oh, we got a customization piece. The Blade Sun. No, we actually got a weapon. The Blade Sun. 35, huh? Okay. I don't know if that's actually useful, but it's there and we'll keep it in mind. Well, for now, let's head up this way. See what there is to discover. If anything. Oh, another weirdly long hallway. Oh, looks like we're about to get visited by assassins, but I might be able to circumvent it, actually.
Ida confirmed. Look out, Haseo.
Okay, it's, yep, it's Anna again. Cool. You know, technically, if you were starting this from scratch, you would be getting a little stronger with each, fight. Or at least, between each fight. But, because we didn't, and we started at level 51, all of our fights against these Annas will be level 51. Which, to be fair, will speed things up immensely because of the fact that they just are not that strong. And a little bit of protect break action. Go into the thing. Get ready to drain him. Just kind of move over to the side. And data drain. Okay. Data CD.
We've got enough data seeds. Let's go back. We don't have any time to waste.
But there's a mushroom over there. Okay, cool. That also did not prevent the Chim Assassins from showing up. So now we know. Got a healing rain. A healing serum. 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 Okay, that's enough. We should be getting pretty close to the beast statue, though. I hope there is a beast statue in this dungeon. If there isn't, I'd be more than a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I've certainly spent enough Chim Spheres, but I certainly have not been gathering very many because there have been 0 mushrooms. And I refuse to use the train method. So, I guess we definitely won't be getting an S rank here. And we got the Curse Crest, which is actually a pretty strong book, I think. Yeah, 37. Not terrible. Town. Yes. And for the A rank, we get a light bell. Interesting. Was Dark and Light a thing in the first one? Oh, wait. Oh, we use the Chaos Gate. Like no duh, right? Okay. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Head to the Lost Ground, hidden Forbidden Bulwark again. And this time we can hack the gate. Hacking to the gate. Do 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 do. I'm actually pretty excited for Steins Gate coming out on like the Switch and crap in March. That'll be pretty sweet.
So, this is the operation folder?
Probably.
Not yet. We're still in the connecting hall.
I mean, no, it's not.
So what should we do?
Move through it.
We have to get into the system's upper layer.
Wait, something's coming.
Please don't be Anna.
Looks like one of Ida's guards to me.
Please don't be Anna.
Perfect. I'll tear it to pieces.
Come on.
Right. Come on.
If you ever get tired of seeing this, you can also skip this too. But I never do. I don't know why. But it's actually a new Ida, the Gatekeeper. You may think to yourself it looks a hell of a lot like Anna, but with a couple of extra tentacles on it. You wouldn't be wrong. And it's got pretty much the same tricks, but slightly upgraded. Oh, also has a crap ton more health. Algol Mazer. It's a laser with an M and 3 beams because of the options that it has. Okay. I think the best way to dodge that is actually still to just dodge to the side a whole bunch. It's just, you have a little bit less of a, okay, Cobalt Blast. Okay, that's actually really easy. Because it doesn't reflect back in on you, like, say, Magus or Tarvos. Mazer is also super easy to dodge. This thing has so much freaking health. Oh my god, please make this end. One way to dodge the kobolds, by the way, is just to go right up at her if she gets stunned. Alright, we've almost got Gatekeeper down. It just takes a while. We were right up in her grill there for a second, weren't we? Okay. Now I'm going to assume this is basically like Anna. She's gonna stop and then wiggle a bit. I would be correct. And because it is a new one, we'll go ahead and watch the data drain animation, even though it's basically the same. Listen to it vibrates. What am I doing? Okay, we got a data seed H and the genome data IDA 012. Go us. A strobe light? Ovon 01.
Ovon 01. Ovon?
There may be other gatekeepers showing up soon.
That's a pretty strange coincidence. Hurry. Yeah, let's not fight them. It just takes so long.
So this is the operation folder.
So it would seem.
Probably.
Please enter your certification ID. Identification confirmed. Access granted. Please enter your command.
Display the current server status.
Acknowledged.
Well, we'll just let her do her thing, I guess. We're pretty useless at this moment.
Execute a program using all of the above parameters.
Confirmed. Please load the program now. Loading. Executing transfer command. Commencing countdown. 50. 49.
Why did we start from 50?
47.
Cut processes 239 to 361.
45,
Hurry up and execute.
44. 43. 42. Acknowledged. Processing. Executing transfer command.
Pai's like, I can't wait 50 seconds. Let's do this.
What is that? Hey, what's going to happen? Magic circle. Hey, what's going on?
A magic circle. It is kind of the end of the world. Vroom. Gabby be all like, heh, I expected this to happen. Whoosh.
What is this place?
The nebula? The void? X-Death?
Ida.
Oh god, not again.
Damn, of all the times. Damn, I can't move. Because of these.
Oh. Oh, crap.
Damn it.
Oh, murder. Oh, look who it is. We saw Kite earlier. So this only makes sense. And of course, there's him. And then they both murdered the crap out of Ida. That works, I guess. Thanks, guys.
Huh?
As we all know, though, these are, of course,
They took out Ida?
weird zombified versions of Orca of the Azure Sea and Balmung of the Azure Sky. And of course, Kite is of the Azure Flame. He was given that title somewhere along the way. I just don't remember when.
There's still something
Oh,
inside.
by the way, speaking of Kite,
What is that?
guess so?
It's a coffin.
It's actually a healing pod.
Dry edge.
Wait.
I know we've returned to the real world, but everything that happened on the Ida server somehow took place in only a few minutes of real time. The one who appeared inside the operation folder was Tri-Edge. There were 2 others besides Tri-Edge there. I'd like to know who on earth they were. They were attacking Ida. Does that mean that Tri-Edge isn't Ida? And also, Adelie.
System rebooting. Alright, I put this song on. Important updates in the Crimson Versus thing. That's right! The second game opens up Crimson Versus! Also, that looks like Amaterasu, right? All previous mail messages have been archived. To view the archive mail, press Y. And now you can see all these. So, you're not missing them. Okay, back to the game box. We have ended Stray Mecha Grunty, Chim's Kicker, Loki Data Collection, Bickman's Model, and Chase the Mountain. Thank you for playing. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage. The following changes have been made to dual swords. Oh, hey, these are like patch notes. The number of combo hits has been raised from 4 to 7. However, remember, the number of button presses required to use them has not been changed. You must now attack an enemy at least once before using a charge attack. Broadsword actions. The following changes have been made to broadswords. You can now move around freely if you hold down A after filling up the charge attack gauge. Oh, that's interesting. Charge attack gauge has been expanded from 1 gauge level to 3. By filling up the charge attack gauge to a certain point, you will now be able to use a follow-up attack in the form of Shockwave. You can use up to 3 shockwaves depending on the level of the charge attack gauge. Following status effects have been added: Paralysis, Seal, and Slow. That concludes the changes. Dear Haseo, after a brief down period, to upgrade the service, we are pleased to inform you that Crimson Versus is once again available for all to enjoy. You can use the Crimson Versus icon on the desktop to access the Crimson Versus service. Collect lots of cards, create your own powerful deck, enjoy the white hot card battles that Crimson Versus has to offer. And of course, Uchi Yamada. You gain GP. They've added 5,000 to your existing, an item set, some bonus movies. If you defeated a doppelganger in Dot Hack G Volume 1 and got the key item Own King. What? Am I gonna have to do that? I'm very relieved to have made it back in the real world. Sakaki and Zelkova made it back safe as well. That was truly an unbelievable experience, wasn't it? I still can't believe that our minds were trapped inside of a game. So about my symptoms. I can talk in real life now, but I can't feel anything in the tip of my hand. It's in the same exact spot where my character was cracked. I'm a little scared. When I went to the hospital, the doctor told me that my symptoms resembled those of Dahl syndrome, but he couldn't tell what could have caused them. I thought I'd be fine once we got back to the real world. What should I do, Haseo? Do you have a little time to talk? If you do, please meet me at the front of the fountain in the Alchemy District, Adelie.
Her hand is paralyzed, so the real Atali is... There's no way a doctor can help her. The problem's got to be Ida.
Screw doctors! Okay. Fought a doppelganger. What in the world is that all about? Well, I guess we just won't get access to that. Because I forgot about it. Also, we're gonna at least watch this. Phase number 4. Our online Jack investigators have discovered a mysterious message in the hospital room of the missing Kawaguchi Osamu. We now head to the home of Associate Professor Sugai to decipher its cryptic meaning.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. Salvador Aihara's Online Jack! The program that researches the hottest breakthrough topics and tells you everything you need to know about it. That's Online Jack. Our team, along with teacher Michiru Tajima, has begun the search for missing child Osamu Kawaguchi after an odd incident while investigating Doll Syndrome, the mysterious disease that has been spreading among elementary school students. We began by visiting the home of Associate Professor Taichiro Sugai. All right, this is Professor Sugai's private apartment. Man, can you believe it? His private life for all to see. Still, you know...
Be quiet!
Sir, we're so sorry.
Yes, please pardon our intrusion.
If it wasn't for Mr. Jima's recommendation, I would have never let you get past the door.
Professor, I only wish to find out the truth.
Professor. Skaith, Innis, Magus. Do you have any idea what the blood-written words in Osamu's ward meant?
Are you aware of the Epitaph of Twilight?
The what?
Yes, I've heard of it. It was the novel that served as the basis for the settings of the world.
It's a poem. And within it is contained the names of the 8 ominous waves.
So you mean there really is a connection between this incident and the world?
Whoever left the bloody words evidently had extremely strong feelings regarding the world.
So, it's possible that Osamu may not have been the one who wrote them, right?
The word or anagram Ida, which appeared in your show while you were taping at Osamu's, is unknown. However,
Sakaki.
Can you tell me about Sakaki?
There were 6 boys who were all part of the same guild in the online game, The World.
How do you even use these things?
This is Moon Trees.
The boys were also members of a guild called Moontree.
So all those children were part of an online game group too?
It's the 7 Council. Ha!
That's right. The PC name for one of the members of the 7 Council, a Moontree admin group, is...
Sakaki.
You have the slowest freaking mouse, old man. Jesus.
These were taken before his disappearance.
Oh my, that's Osamu.
There were many unresolved rumors about the world circulating 7 years ago.
When a bunch of players fell into comas.
What?
Yes, I've come to believe that the world has some sort of effect.
You
on
know,
people's
Salvador
brains
Ihara
for
may
some
be an
unknown
idiot
reason.
and a
That's the
jackass,
hypothesis I
but
based my investigation
he's not
on.
So everything
totally
is connected to the events of
clueless.
7 years ago?
He knows his online crap.
Toru.
He knows about the Epitaph of Twilight and the stuff.
Strange incidents,
Moontree.
such as irregularities in electrical equipment occurred in the hospital as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder who sent me this email.
Sheesh, Michiru, don't scare me like that.
Hmm? What? We have to stop it!
That cameraman, though. It's very out of shape.
Fatima has just suddenly run out of Professor Sugai's apartment.
No shit.
A message on her cell phone that made her run. Hey, Michiru, wait up!
It's like, why'd you stop and turn back to the camera just for that?
A mysterious illness known as Doll syndrome has shown signs of spreading among elementary school students throughout the region.
I guess we'll
It is
end
a
on
complex
news
illness
stuff.
characterized by a number
Why
of
not?
symptoms, which include emotional disorders and physical impairments. Despite concerted research on this disease, a cure has yet to be found.
How do you use a controller like this? I guess that's one thing that this will never have right. Because that just doesn't seem comfortable, and it doesn't seem practical. Regenerated organs transplant, which may be impossible to read because every time I try to go through these, it's, I'm sorry, what? A shocking new type of fraud. Salvador Wilde at Koshigaya premiere. Koshigaya story. Huh. Interesting. Kids and MMORPGs, the good and the bad, blah blah blah. Crimson Verse is back online. It even comes with a movie.
At long last, the return of the popular card game. New friends and foes, new powers and new dangers. Who will control their own destiny to win it all? It's Crimson vs. Red Rebellion, on sale now. Also look for the new Crimson vs. Real Generation coming soon.
Heartful and helpful for all. CC Corp. Interesting.
A medical symposium on Doll syndrome was held this week in Hamburg, Germany. Doctors and governments from around the globe are unsure of how to handle the mysterious illness targeting children.
Was that Ace just now? Okay. BCI, something about making thoughts real. I don't know what that means.
The International Space Station Project Village has officially begun operations. Researchers from around the world are scheduled to visit the station to perform a variety of missions during the next 6 months.
Cool.
After the alleged mass hallucination event that occurred in the online game The World, the game's proprietor, CC Corporation, has launched an investigation to see if this was part of a cyber-terrorist attack against the company's operations.
That's a shitty cover, actually. Who would fall for that? The truth behind ULCs, or unsubstantial liability companies. What? A what? And the desert will save us. Oh hey, they're putting a bunch of solar panels in the Gobi Desert. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay. Next up we have the community forum, which will be absolutely filled with stuff. So let's get on it. Alrighty. Well, these are all logged. We don't need anything logged. We need stuff that says new. So server trouble victims. People at the medic union are trying to help out the victims or something. I don't know. Huh, it doesn't show as much screen tearing on the OBS preview window. So maybe it doesn't actually show that much on this. Okay. These are actually kind of important. They've restarted the service. Yay! Oh, we can't use any of our old cards. Well, shit. A group of cards made up of specified numbers. Entering this deck into the battle arena will let you fight with it in card battles. The single account can hold up to 3 decks. The card that commands the deck. The rank and file. Charisma. Cost. Junction abilities. Trinity. It's kind of confusing, but we'll make our way through it. I don't get how menu. I don't get how menu. How do you log into the world if you don't know how to use a menu? Yet another bare bones post. 1 general and 3 units, and a general with high charisma will have low AP and HP. A general with low charisma will have high AP and HP. There's actually guides online just for this sub-game. So, yeah. Look them up. I highly recommend it, actually. Some system trouble stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. A trip to another world. Trapped inside the world. Log Horizon. The Lost Ground Mega Thread. I'll start things off with an example. The Hulgrons Cathedral, that which hides the heavens. Area words, Delta, Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground. The rumors don't matter. Arche Colne Waterfall, Land of Origin. Delta, Hidden Forbidden Radiation. Morag Barrowwall, the Final Gate. Delta, Hidden Forbidden Bulwark. And the Isle of Kings, Hebrasail, the Eternal Paradise. There are no area words because you get there by thing. Also, we never had Delta Hidden Forbidden Radiation before, so there you go. And of course, our favorite, Apkallu. Oh my god. Okay. You kicked me. Well, it's Lady Chim. 100 per day. Barbecue combo. God Chim Chim. Chim candy. They look kind of weird. The candy tastes like a rock. Probably because it is a rock. Difficult monsters. I hate these things. Does anyone have monsters that always give them a hard time? For me, it's Holy Eaters. Screw Holy Eaters. I hate them. Die. Wait, hold on, what? Oh, okay. Thanking people for her responses. Got it. Hey, it's Ovan and Haseo. They look kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Weird. I need to change this song. The Twilight Brigade! And there's Shino and Ovan. Looks pretty sexy. Especially Shino, she's so hot! A Moontree Seminar. And there's Adelie handing out, flyers or something. Who knows? Who cares? Moving on. Stuff. One day, I was invited to attend one of these by no less than 10 Moontree characters. Lovely. I made a second character, a boxer named Kohaku. Interesting. This looks pretty cool. Madam Pie. Ew. That's pretty much all I got. Pie is great, but I really like Adelie. Also, this picture is pretty freaking great. And she just looks so freaking sad but adorable, and I just want to give her a hug. Also, Shinobi. I'm still trying to figure out if that's just a really strange localization or something. Oh, hey, there's Pie again. I'm Town, the steam gunner who never levels up. Lovely. Yeah. People in the Pie fan club debating their spots. Oh. Thanks, partner. The picture I posted here is the Harvest Cleric. That was the last thing my HMD ever showed me. She got burned in the display when it broke, and I haven't been able to get the image out of my head since. I'm gonna go buy a new HMD tomorrow. A Blade and Edge team. Oh, these two. Yeah. And that's it. We did also get some special movies. I guess we could check those out. Japanese Extra 1, 2, 3, and Volume 2 title demo. Yeah, let's go for it. This is 4 minutes long. I hope you are all strapped in nice and tight. Okay, we need to talk about Haseo's Japanese voice. Oh no, wait, that was Obon's. Okay, I had a minor freak out because I was like, that does not fit whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Phase 1, defeat. Or, Keihaku? No. Keikaku? I can't remember the word. I should turn in my weeb card. Well, she sounds familiar. Haseo, I need you to talk more than one word at a time, please. Okay, he also sounds familiar. You know, the thing is, this was the only way to watch these cutscenes in Japanese when it was the PS2 version, but now we could just actually watch it in Japanese in full screen. So why am I watching this? Out of curiosity, what is Japanese Extra 2? Growth, and Phase 3 is Reunion. So now you know. I'm just curious to see if Phase 3 is special. Okay, no. Volume 2 title demo. Genetics of the Unknown. Oh yeah, I remember this movie.
Do you not wish to finally know the truth?
Balmong and Orca. That looked like a familiar person. This is actually kind of spoilery. Like, slightly. But it doesn't tell you everything. Not quite. Corbinek. Volume 2, Reminisce. The giant lock on his arm is gonna come off in this game. What could be behind it? Well, you'll just have to find out later on in the series because I can't say next time, that'd be a lie. But join me next time for Let's Play .hack.gu Volume 2 Reminisce. What am I doing? Where we'll log back into the world and see what the repercussions of all of the crazy stuff was, and hop into Crimson Versus. That'll be a whole section of video in and of itself. So I'm not ready for it right now. But as always, if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. What am I doing? roll with it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to ring the little bell for notifications on all my uploads. And if you want notifications on my Twitch streaming, that information will be down in the description below for my Twitch and Twitter, which are where I announce all these. So, until then, later, guys. What am I doing? I'm so tired.